Imagine an ordinary Sunday morning. You wake up and prepare for morning mass as you usually do with your family. After a lovely mass ceremony, you begin to walk to your car, and that's when it hits you. Literally. One of the elder ladies from your church has hit you with her enormous Chevy Tahoe as she tried to back out of her handicapped parking space. That was the case for 7 individuals in Sugar Creek Country Club. Alex Johnson of the NBC News reported that Doreen Lanstra, of age 79, would face no criminal charges. However, 3 of the victims received fatal injuries while the remaining 4 were treated in a hospital. After a tragic event like this, we must stop and ask ourselves, are we just gifting driver's license to those who own a vehicle? With each passing day, our streets become less safe, forcing us to put our lives on the line every time we step into a vehicle, street, or even a parking lot. We need to find a way to prevent accidents. In order to make the changes that we desire, the government needs to implement new rules. Having been in 2 accidents in the time span of 1 month due to another driver, it has come to my attention that people are driving recklessly. And because most of us drive on a daily basis, it is very important to make our streets safer. Our streets have become very dangerous, and 2 reasons why are due to violation of the driver's handbook and because of various medical conditions. Florida drivers are demonstrating reckless driving habits more and more each day. In 2012, the Florida Highway and Safety Vehicles reported 281,000 motor vehicle accidents, a new record for the state of Florida. In all, over 417,000 people were involved in a car accident that year. What I found surprising was that, on the contrary to popular beliefs, most drivers involved in car accidents were between the age of 21 and 22, not teenagers. So it was not a shock when nearly 19,000 car accidents were reported due to drivers under the influence of alcohol or drugs. This issue is not limited to the state of Florida. It is an issue that is being experienced throughout the United States. The government census of 2009 reported 10.8 million motor vehicle accidents. These accidents led to 35.9 million deaths due to a motor vehicle. According to a research study performed by the Claims Journal, most states do not require anything other than a proof of identification as citizens go to renew their license. Only some states ask for extra requirements after a certain age. For example, Massachusetts asks that their drivers over the age of 75 renew their license only after a vision screen. Most states implement no type of examination during the majority of the driver's life. So how are we sure that these are competent drivers? As long as cars are used, there will always be accidents. However, the statistics should not be reporting numbers this high. We need to enforce laws that will make driving safer for all of us. In 2012, over 198,000 injuries and 2,430 deaths were reported in Florida due to an accident involving a car. This included pedestrians, bicyclists, and innocent bystanders. But this does not just affect our health, it also affects our pocket. Each incident causes thousands of dollars in property damage. These damages can include damages on a vehicle or a fixed object. Some of these costs affect the city. The chain effect does not stop there. It also affects insurance rates. According to Jeff Atwater of the Tampa Bay Times, Florida is becoming known for falsifying accident claims in order to bill insurance companies. Issues like these, along with actual car accidents, cost average Florida families hundreds of dollars. The situation lies in putting an end to the cause of the problem. The 2 biggest reasons why our streets have become such a dangerous place to drive in are because of several violations to the rules that we were once taught, and because medical conditions that no longer allow us to be the safest drivers that we can be. A violation of the handbook rules can be anything minute to something much larger. Things as simple as not putting on a blinker, or not functioning taillights, or something more extreme like texting or applying makeup while driving. We think we're so efficient for multitasking, but we're actually doing more harm than good. Medical conditions such as poor eyesight or hearing affect our driving skills greatly. As we age, other factors must be considered, such as a person's mental state. Currently, there are no requirements on renewing a driver's license. According to the Florida Department of Motor Vehicles website, In order to renew your license, all that is required is proper identification. As a matter of fact, a person in need of renewing their license may even do so online or by mail. This may seem convenient, but many things can change from visit to visit. By having a personnel see you physically, they're better able to judge if providing you with a license is a good idea or not, especially when it comes to seniors. Currently, the method used to analyze the driving skill of a senior is a questionnaire located online. The Fitness to Drive measure created by the University of Florida can be found on the DMV website. However, with questions such as how often do you drive with the driver you are rating, or how many people have a driver's license in your household, we're not putting an end to the problem. How can an online questionnaire judge our driving skills? So how can we make a difference? We can have drivers tested on their driver's knowledge and driver's skills each time they renew their license. In addition, it would be vital to decrease the time period between each license renewal. When someone needs to renew their license, they will be tested on their driver's knowledge and skills prior to getting a new license. As a person comes into the DMV at their scheduled appointment time, they should be prepared with the knowledge and skills that they will be tested on, as if acquiring a license for the first time. The person will be directed to a testing room where each will be isolated and monitored to ensure that there is no cheating. Cheating on this exam will only endanger the lives of others on the street. After passing a written exam, the person will be asked to drive the vehicle they use on a daily basis. When an instructor determines if a person is cautious and he or she considers the rules, they will be granted a new license. Currently, each person must renew their driver's license every 8 years. Seniors 80 or older will renew their license every 6 years. Other than having drivers come into their local DMV more frequently, there is no negative effect to this solution. People might have to take time out of their day to renew their license, so why not take a few extra minutes to ensure the safety of the drivers and others? Implementing this change will provide safer streets for drivers, passengers, and pedestrians. Better drivers will have knowledge of the skill and will be more inclined to practice safer driving habits. Those that do not do well on the exams will not be given a license. Furthermore, our driving habits are proving to be anything but safe. Changes need to be made to provide safer streets for drivers, pedestrians, bicyclists, and everyone to have a feeling of ease each time they step out of their home. There is no other way of fixing the problem than to go down to the root of it, the drivers. By simply enforcing more frequent license renewals with the condition that drivers must demonstrate their knowledge through examination, a big difference will be seen in the amount of car accidents that occur per year in the state of Florida, even nationally if applied throughout the United States. It is vital to know proper regulations for conducting a vehicle. Otherwise, you become a threat to yourself and to the thousands of other drivers you may come across on your route to work. So go home today. Make yourself familiar with these regulations often. By reading the Florida Driver's Handbook frequently, practicing safer driving habits, our streets will become safer for all.